Hey everybody, this is Steve Cook for Premier Guitar and PremierGuitar.com. Welcome to Tools for the Task. Before we get started, you know the routine. Make sure you hit that ding. I don't think post-production put one in, but that's okay. Ding. Like and subscribe this video. Today, we're talking about bass DIs. Now, bass DIs have had a very sad history. And I say that because not too long ago, this was really what we had for bass DIs. Some anonymous rectangle, you know, handed to me by, this was handed to me by a front of house guy. And he said, here, this is your DI. Yeah, you're right. It's a DI, 1/4 inch in, XLR out. Look, this even says like acoustic stage left. That's the consideration we got as bass players. It was like, hey, just plug it in. It's fine. It's just bass, whatever. In this video today, I'm going to show you 6 DIs that have a lot going for them. There are many, many different features along this path, this journey I'm about to take you on. So why a bass DI? Well, obviously we need to get our signal to front of house, but now with new bass DIs, there are so many features packed into these little metal boxes that they can save the gig, they can make the gig, they can help us out in so many ways. So what I have done in the past is I'll have a great bass DI with a lot of great features. Let's say maybe a headphone out, aux in, I've got maybe some compression, you know, things like that. But you can take this little box and actually replace the amp on stage if you're using in-ears, or if you're not. You know, so your tone is dialed in. There are certain companies that sound a certain way. You know, certain manufacturers, that's their signature sound. You can carry that signature sound with you in a bass DI. Let's say the artist, which this has happened to me countless times, the artist says, hey, I'm going to do 4 new songs tonight. Okay, so backstage, I take my bass DI with the headphone and the aux, and I'm learning new songs. And then I've got my sound. I could just take it back to the deck and plug it right in and go. Okay, let's say you're running late for a festival. Let's say you missed your first 2 flights, and then you have no sound check, and you're on in 15 minutes. You have your bass DI. You have your tone dialed up. It's ready to go. I know you can say that about a pedal board, but if you're just carrying this little piece of gear, it can save the show. One thing, I wanted to plug in the DI so I could show you where the inputs and the outputs were in case you are planning your pedal board. And I know that sounds really silly, but some people look at that and it's important to me. So you will see where exactly the DI and the inputs are on all these pedals. Today's signal chain is very simple. I am using this Bluesman Vintage 62 DeVille into each of these bass DIs, recorded into Studio One for Personas. First up is the AG Preamp from Aguilar. Aguilar is known for its wide tonal flexibility and its super tight response. They have put their signature sound in a DI. This has a bright, deep activation switch, which allows you to toggle between both bright and deep or both. Has a headphone volume, headphone out. Has auxiliary in so you can practice. DI is on the side. It also has a ground lift, and it has a 1/4 inch out as well. This is the Microtubes B7K from Darkglass, the analog bass preamp. It has a blend knob on the top. It has an attack switch here. It has a grunt or a raw switch, so you can have a thicker attack or you can have a more thin attack. This is the amount of your drive, your level control, and then the EQ section is here with switchable frequencies. Input on this side, parallel output on this side. This is the direct output on this side. Another output, ground lift as well. The EBS MicroBass 3 preamp is a feature-packed DI. It has a master volume, the blend, level control, has your EQ section up here with a drive. It actually has 2 XLR outs. You have compression on board, compression bypass, bass control, mid control, treble control, gain control, and an onboard tuner, which you see here, FX loop, and then your 1/4 inch output. This can also be used as a headphone amp with an aux in. The Battalion from Electro-Harmonix packs a lot of punch into a small bass DI. It has a 4-band EQ, it has MOSFET distortion, it has a gate with gate control, it has an onboard compressor, and your distortion on-off is right here. It has the DI output on this side, it has a 1/4 inch as well, and it also has input and a dry input. An honorable mention is to be given to the Battalion's little brother or little sister, as you see here. This is very similar in the fact that it does have some of the same features as the bigger version of the Battalion. It has distortion, it has EQ controls, it does have blend knobs, activation knobs. It just doesn't have the XLR out like the big brother Battalion does. The Bassbone V2 from Radial Engineering is an extremely flexible bass DI. It has a boost, which is engaged right here, a loop function, which is engaged here, your EQ section, level control for both A and B channels, switchable on this side. Why do you have A and B channels? Well, because you might have a passive bass and an active bass. You can level those out here, or you can have an upright. It also has a piezo booster in here. And then you have on channel A, you can actually have switchable tone controls here. It has a dedicated tuner out. Your other input is here. You have another 1/4 inch on this side. From Genzler, this is the Magellan Pre. This is an all-analog bass DI. As you can see, the XLR is on the top. It also has a 1/4 inch, which is nice, a 1/4 inch headphone output on top, has a preamp out, has a 1/4 inch aux in, instrument input on the top, input control, dedicated filter control, master volume. This is a switchable contour between 2 preset contour settings, and this is your EQ setting, and this is a dedicated mute switch. So if you like a certain tone from a certain company, check out their bass DIs, but a lot of great companies are making a lot of great DIs. You can also tweak with a lot of great EQs. They now have overdrive or distortion. Some of them have compressors, some of them have tuners. There's a lot going on, so you can just literally take this little box, put it in your backpack or in your gig bag, and go. So thanks for watching Tools for the Task. I hope you have learned a lot about bass DIs. Make sure, again, I asked you earlier, but I'm going to ask you again, subscribe, like, and you won't miss anything from Premier Guitar. Until next time, we'll see you soon.